Namaskaram, sir. It's really great to have you here. If everyone's ready and sir, you are ready, we'll just begin the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Hello,
Okay,
hello, everyone. Yeah, now I see you all.
sure.
Namaste, namaste. Yeah,
Before I start with everyone's questions, I just wanted to once again mention that we're really grateful to have you, sir. And it's I really thank you. We all really thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here and facilitate such a good learning environment for all of us. And I just wanted to take a minute to introduce first Tala, the organization, and
yeah.
me and the other two founders. So Tala is just we're a pretty simple organization. It stands for Traditional Arts and Learning Association, and what we aim to do is we just aim to share Indian music and make the arts. We aim to share with everyone and making creativity and culture more accessible for everyone.
Mm-hmm,
And we're currently focusing on Carnatic music right now, and we're all about open spaces for learning, growth, and expression. And
mm-hmm,
so far, we have done educational informative sessions at universities, and we are
mm-hmm.
taking it to the next step by doing small productions and interviews with esteemed artists like you, sir. And I just want to introduce myself really quickly. I am a Mridangam player. I learned from Vidwan Satish Kumar, and I've been learning for the past 11 years, 6 years
Very
from.
nice. Mm-hmm.
And Hasni, you want to take a minute to introduce yourself? I know you're
Yeah,
his student.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Nice to meet you.
Really nice to meet
Yeah,
you too,
yes,
sir.
sir.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm another co-founder, as you know. I'm your
Yeah.
student, of course. I'm not Sriram Kumar sir's student. Very glad to have you here, sir. I'm
Same
gonna
here, same here. Yeah,
pass it on to Karthik, the other co-founder. Yeah.
yeah.
Namaskaram, sir. My name is Karthik
Namaskar.
Subramanian. I learned violin from Vidushi Charumati Raguraman and
Very nice. Okay,
violin from Vidwan Ramakrishnan Murthy. Been
very
learning from
good.
them for
Okay.
the past 6 to 7 years. Really glad to have you here. Thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure, pleasure is mine. Thank you so much. Good
No
to see
worries.
you all. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
really great to see
yeah,
you too, sir.
yeah. Yeah, tell me what you wanted to know or what you
Yeah,
want
so
me to
sir,
say.
yeah, we're just gonna go person by person.
Namaskaram, sir. My name is Anirudh Suresh. Thank you so much for giving us all your time and giving us the
Yeah,
chance to
hello,
ask
Nirid.
you some questions.
Yeah.
I'm in 11th grade and I've been learning Mridangam from Guru Sri Ravindra Bharati Sridharan for the past
Okay,
10.5 years.
okay,
I've performed locally here in California and I've also come to December Margary season and I
very good.
performed. So sir, my question was, obviously a lot of us here are accompanists of different instruments, and
Yeah.
so a lot of concerts these days are on the spot, and some vocalists don't give a list, and you don't know what songs have Manodharmam, etc. So
Mm-hmm.
what do you do when, or how do you approach a song that you have no idea or you've never heard before? And same thing that kind of goes with Karnakas. How do you approach a Karnaka that maybe you're not too familiar with?
Yeah. So for this particular situation, to deal with this thing, you need some experience for sure. Okay, it's not like you learn that. It's not. It doesn't come with that what we learn with the song or ragam, trying to play ragam or trying to play or understand kanak or math. So over the years, it took me few years to understand to deal with it because we all go through this phase where we are on stage and we don't know what is going to happen, what next. And if there are few situations where I have no clue about that particular ragam, and I have to answer, it is a live concert going on, and we are put in spot. So we have to go through that phase, but that's how we kind of prepare. So when we face it, we know what all we need to. So we know our weaknesses. So going through this, we understand our weaknesses. So we need to, once we know our weakness, then we'll start correcting that. So practicing at some point is not about repeating the same thing which we are good at it, or which we are able to do well. It's about correct knowing our weakness and working on that. So doing this will really help. And also listening to all musicians. You can't just narrow down to one or two musicians. You have to listen to many musicians, and also observing their pattern. Every musician, they have some, they know there is a pattern. So when I say pattern, it's about a kind of kanak they do on stage. There are few musicians who like Kandanade a lot, so then they might just concentrate more in every concert of theirs. There is something to do with Kandanade or something, so you can go well prepared at least to an extent, so that you know who you are dealing with. And if and when you also listen to more number of concerts of these many musicians, you get an idea. So what all ragas they sing, they might sing, or what kind of ragas they might come up with in a concert. So if you observe 10 to 15 concert of each musician, you'll kind of understand a pattern there. You can see that. So that will really help all of us to accompany much better, because not just accompaniment or playing ragam or unknown ragas or kanak. Even while some of the singers or any the main performers, they have their own kind of way of reacting to following. As a violinist, I'm telling you. So some of them might sing a sangati, and they are comfortable having just three notes at the tail end of the sangati to be followed. Some like to have the entire line to be followed. So these are the things, and there is a rhythm in that. So all these things, to know this, you need to go and listen and carefully observe all these points. And so you need to record it, come back home and just listen to it time and again, so to understand why and how this main performer is so comfortable with these two musicians or pakwadyams. So what is that is giving them that comfort? This you need to you need to analyze and understand. So all these things takes a little while. That's what I said, you need to have that experience. So when you come to Chennai, or when you go to any concerts, these are the points you need to make note, so you record it. But while listening to that, these are the points you need to go back, repeat more, and understand, try to understand what is happening. All these very detailed, very subtle and detailed things. So this will help you to kind of prepare yourself to deal with the situation. Do you get it?
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
No problem. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for that intricate response. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
next we'll have Karthik. He has a couple of questions.
Yeah.
To ask. Yeah.
Namaskaram, sir. Thank you so much for your
Thanks,
time
Simon.
again.
Yeah. Tell me.
Two quick questions. The first one is, how do you, I think you touched upon this in your first question. It'll kind of circle around. How do you accompany the various musicians that you play for? Since each of them have their own parandram, bani,
Exactly.
the way of
Exactly.
like presenting their concerts.
True. So, see, we don't have a set rule. So every individual have their own pluses and minus, and they have their own specialities. So, as I said, it previously, so if you are able to understand their pattern and their style of, if you are able to follow and kind of be in that mood of that particular musician, that helps them sing or play instrument, whatever it is, to perform better, present what they have in their mind better. So these are the things which we need to very carefully observe. So some of them are very birika oriented, some of them are very slow paced oriented, some of them take, it's about the ragam, kind of the ragam selections they do. So these, and also there are two ways to deal with like accompaniment. One is you can try and get into their head and try to behave like them, or you can just remain yourself and do your thing. So there is a person who is going to present a raga in a way, whatever his or her style, and you can actually play your style. That's fine. But doing this will get you a good name, okay, because you stand out when you do, because it is your style, you are playing your thought. But if you actually try to get into their head, or trying to you mimic them, or try to sound like them, The concert experience will be much better because you are one with them. Got it? So it is like that. Doing this will give a better output as a concert overall experience, but doing the other way will get you a standout experience, like people will recognize you because you stood out, but it might not be comfortable, like the main artist might not be comfortable doing that, I mean, while doing this, you know so I won't say it is as right or wrong, but these are the two ways to deal with it. So again, you have to understand that to you need to listen to many concerts. That's the only thing. And more kirtanams we learn, and don't stick to one particular style. I mean, while accompanying, we need to open up and acceptance. Any style, anybody, and many musicians sing the same kirtanam in different styles, right? So we need to be open. We can't just play what the way I have learned while accompanying. For that, you have your solos, right? So then, just like Botani Arthanam is your solo as a percussion player, they have their solos. Then you can do whatever you want. While Pakavadim or accompanying a song, you have limited access, right? You need to kind of understand and go, very carefully. You need to handle it because anyway, at the performance is the main performer is prime focus, and we are trying to enhance the experience for the musician on stage and for the audience, because it's all group effort, so it's very important. So we open up and listen and try to understand and have data of how many possibilities, how all rendition is being presented, or how all one kirtanam or can be presented in different several ways. So we need to be open and react to that occasion. Got it? So that might help, is what I feel.
Thank you so much, sir. That was a really insightful
Right.
response. Took a lot from that. My second question is, so my parents often say that playing the violin is like an emotional hideaway, kind of from like school and other things that go on in life. Um, so do you think that the violin or playing the violin in general is like a musical outlet for your emotions and to like focus your emotions
Yeah,
in that
yeah,
direction?
definitely. For me, music itself is like that. So, violin, I learned vocal and I also learned, violin, but I kind of got more excited with this instrument. It's a beautiful instrument. You can, I'm connected to that instrument now. So yeah, I use it as my, for any emotion or any occasion. If I'm happy, I would like to express it with my instrument, or if I'm tired and or sad or whatever. Again, it shows up. By the way, when you are playing certain even when you get moved with something on stage while in a concert, so that's the way you express. So at some point over the years, I've been like what, 35, 40, 40 plus years I've been playing violin. So now I'm one with it. So any time of the day or night, yeah, that is the best way for me to convey my emotions. Like, so yeah, so you're right. I agree with that.
Thank you so much, sir.
Next, we have Bhargav asking his question. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bhargav.
Just have like a little different question. It's like a small nuance I noticed. So I know that you've obviously performed worldwide, like you've had tours in many different countries, and I know a lot of these countries, the audience, there's a lot of foreign population in the audience. Do you ever go about like tailoring your concerts for audiences unfamiliar with Carnatic music? Like, with something they might have a background in, such as like Western music. So sometimes you'll play like Shankarabaranam or something like that, like a Western note or anything like
I
that.
understand. I understand that. So yeah, there are two ways again to deal with it. You can try. You think that you're tailoring for them. You also said they are unfamiliar. So for them, Shankarabharanam or Edukal Kamboji or Thodi doesn't make any difference,
True, yeah.
because you're not presenting it as tararararararara. It's your
Yeah.
lot of nuances, gamakam loaded. So any ragam, for that reason, they are not going to really,
Right.
they won't be able to relate. They can relate the emotion, the kind of
Mm.
something what they feel when you present it. So you can try to, for example, if you sing, it's not. They are not going to react, wow, that sounds like blah blah blah, nothing.
Okay.
Because it's for us it's a different approach, that's all. We react to it. For them it's the same with Swararaga Sudha or Echarikaga. It's all the same. So tailoring for them is just an idea, that's all. You don't need to. We have performed in many places in Europe, even in China, even anywhere you ask. So we never changed it. We just wanted to keep it what we are good at. See, they are not. See, if you see those foreign musicians when they are coming, they are not trying to play Varavina or Ninukori. They are presenting their music.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, we are able to. We don't understand everything. We somehow kind of relate and enjoy, or we react.
Mm.
Similarly, any classical art form takes, it's a very minimum small group comparatively. I know it's not just Carnatic, any classical format. So we will find our own audience out of them where they start reacting, because in one of the cases we never realized this. So we were performing for full foreign section, like foreign audience, and in between, three or four people stood out and they're trying to say something in their language we didn't understand, and then we had to bring in the translator, and she says, no, the drone is disturbing them, they are not able to hear your voice.
Oh, okay.
Got it?
Wow.
So this is something which we never even think,
Uh-huh. Right.
right? So these are the things. So then what we did was we didn't switch it off, or so we said this is the base on which we are presenting our music. So they have to get used to that.
Right. Right.
So we can't really kind of tailor thing at all. We have
Uh,
to present, but with confidence, but with little bit of என்ன சொல்றது, something simple you can start,
right.
and deeper you can go, and
Got
then just stick to what we do the best.
it. Okay. I see. I see.
Yeah, yeah, correct. So that's how it works. So you don't need to worry at all. You can
Okay.
just go with it. After second concerts or third concert, they will get used to this sound and the presentation, and they will start asking you questions. So
Right.
after that concert,
Uh,
it was a good 3 hour concert. After that concert, they requested us for 2 4 hours workshop.
Oh, wow.
So that is the thing. So we need to just stick to what we do. Interested will come and ask questions. You
Okay.
know.
Oh,
So
got it.
that's how we have to. You know.
I see. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
really cool story. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Another quick question I had is
Yeah.
like for like youngsters like us, I just wanted to ask, okay, from start to end, if you had like just 1 hour to practice, how would you go about structuring or recommend someone to structure this 1 hour? Like given any instrument, I guess like for violin it'd be different. Any like how you go about it.
See, if you being a violinist, because I can't speak for mridangam artists, of course,
Mhm.
or percussion players, it is different. They keep playing all throughout the day, on table or
Yeah.
anywhere. They get to, so they're always on, on the go. So for us, what I feel is it changes from individual to individual. That's it. There are few friends of mine who practice at least 6 hours a day before the concert, and
Okay.
there are few who like to take a good sleep for 2 hours and then just go, just like me, I'm talking about myself. So so but preparation happens. So the first way to prepare our mind is to be up, and at least 2.5 hours before the concert.
Mhm.
Second thing is, I practice for about 30 to 45 minutes, where I can just include basics in different speeds, in different ragams and gamakas, and maybe some vakra ragams, playing ragams.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Mhm.
the beauty is, the violinist can try this. You might be able to play exercises in different speeds, but playing sangatis in particular ragam in different speeds is a different task.
Mhm.
So you can choose one of those so-called tough, or ragas you are you're trying to deal with. You can just get it. So that will alert your mind.
Mhm.
Okay, so so after physical exercises with your fingers and bowing and everything, then you need to alert your mind and start thinking about kanaku. in
Okay.
different talams, in different nades. So next half an hour, do this. Half an hour of practice with the instrument. Half an hour just thought process, thinking about kanak, about different any core ways or in Rupaka Talam, in Mishra Chapu Talam, something like all these things. You can just think about that, which will again your mind will be super ready to go for a concert,
Okay. I see.
right? So
Mhm.
these this is what I do.
Right.
This is how I go. So once you are on stage, you're all set to go. You're prepared. Mind is alert. Your my body, your hands are fine. So you can get to good to
Mhm.
go. That's what I do.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I think
Yes.
I can definitely like take a lot from this because now I know how to like warm up before concerts and
Yeah,
even
you
to
try
some
it.
extent, yeah,
You try
apply it
it.
to
You get that.
Mridangam too. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And don't just get into a zone where you are stuck because sometimes that might affect. You are in the mood of to play Bhairavi or something, and they don't sing that and they sing something else very close to that ragam, and you are kind of stuck
Right.
because you are still in Bhairavi zone and all. So don't do too much of what you're doing.
Mhm.
Keep it, as I said, 30 minutes of workout, quick, and 30 minutes of thought process. That is it. That
Okay.
will really keep you very fresh and active on stage so that you are ready to deal with any, anticipation will be better
Mm.
because there is no preparedness. This is the preparedness. So you don't know what ragam is going to come. You don't know what kirtanam, what kind of kanaka you do. So all this might help you. So try
Mm.
that. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Kedar is up next. Yeah.
Namaskaram, sir. My name is
Namaskaram, Kedar.
Kedar.
Yeah.
I play mridangam. I learned from Sri Delhi Siam, sir,
Oh, that's nice.
and I also do vocal on the side also.
Okay.
But mridangam is my main. So
Okay.
here are my questions. So I've heard, and I'm guessing that you're from the MSG Bani, right?
Yeah.
From MSG Bani. So would you say you've evolved your own distinct sound to your playing, or is it just entirely faithful to the MSG Bani?
Frankly speaking, yes, I belong to MSG Bani, but I don't think I sound like MSG Bani. That is because I yeah, for see, my father also, he also learned from MSG's father. And so we all belong to the same school. So my fingering technique and bowing technique is definitely MSG, sir. That school. But my father made me listen to every other violinist and musicians in general, and vocalists and violinists. So I have been listening to Lalgudi Jayaraman sir for the same time frame, and also to M. Chandrasekharan sir and D.N. Krishnan sir and VVS sir and everyone, and including L. Subramaniam and L. Shankar, anyone. Kunukudi sir, Kunukudi Vaidyanathan sir, எல்லாருமே கேட்டிருக்கேன். I have been listening to all these musicians for ages now. So that has an impact over me, you know. So it's music is inspirational, obviously. It's not like, restricted to one thing or anything. So you get inspired, and if you are able to, take it and kind of present it in your way, it's your expression. That's when you kind of feel, there is something original about you. But if you go deeper and try to decode that, yeah, you can find, oh, this sangati or this idea sounding something similar to this particular style or this particular musician, blah blah blah. So you can get into that, but that's not the point. It is inspired music, and we should be open. I can't say it to everyone because every individual musician or see, for example, what I did or what I try to do, I don't think MSG's daughter, Narmada ji, or Lalgudi sir's, GJR sir can't do it. The reason is they have a responsibility to take that particular style, forward. But as an outsider, all of us, we have that facility to get inspired from anyone and not restricting, ourselves to a particular. It is individual. Again, if you like one particular and you want to just be loyal and just to follow that, that's again your own choice. But you can be, free to take inspiration from others, because every why do you think so all so many popular musicians are there? So there is something special in them which we should try to absorb and try to use it. So that's how I kind of got very much inspired. So from so many. So it's not just Carnatic classical, Hindustani musicians or Western musicians. I keep listening to everything, and I try to put it to in in particular context. I just give it back in my playing. So that's how it is. So that's why some feel that it's kind of your original, or it's different, or it's not MSD sir. But if you deeply observe my fingering technique and gamakam technique and bowing, it's the base is MSD sir. So that's how it is.
Got it. Thank you. And I
Yeah.
just had one more
Yeah.
question. So, how do you practice in a way that keeps so like when practicing, there's both like technical skills and manodharma, right?
Yeah.
So, how do you practice in a way that sides sharp? Like you balance. How do you balance working like on the bowling technique, speed, with
For
in
bowing
addition to the
technique
creative side like
speed,
manodharma?
yeah, you can try playing. Playing with metronome helps, right? So that really has helped me, and I have tried with my students. It works very well. So what you can do is playing the same, of course, the basics in different speed you already know. So now coming to ragam, there is a kind of rhythm to that too. So what you can do is to you can just come up with a scale, particular sangati, on your violin, and try to play it in different speeds with metronome, right? So that gives you, that helps you a lot, by the way, and also helps you to present it much in a different way in different ragams. So take a few sangatis and start from 70 to 120, different speeds. You need to try to play those sangatis, the manodharmam sangatis, whatever it comes to your mind. It might sound in so you need to play that. You should be able to play that on your instrument without compromising gamakas and without compromising anything there. It should sound perfectly the same in any speed. So in trying all these complicated sangatis in different tempos with metronome, it helps. So you can try that. So that's something I've been trying and teaching my students, that works well. So you can try that. The is like so right? So you can try the same sangati but with gamakam, with metronome. So you can't just ignore anything there. So that's how you kind of speed up your presentation. The tempo will be better, and gamakam, no compromise gamakam will be, that also comes in. So you get to practice all this. So you can try these things, you know. Yeah, I hope that helps you.
Got it. Yeah, I was pretty curious to know, but
Yeah,
thank you so
yeah,
much.
yeah,
Thank you so much.
yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Pleasure, man. Pleasure.
I think now we'll be passing it on to Samit.
Namaskaram, sir. I'm Sam.
Namaskaram, Samet.
I play the violin. I learned from Kanyakumari Amma. I also sing. I learned from Vignesh Ishwar.
Vale. Okay.
So I had two questions, I think. So the first one, everyone always says to listen to like yesteryear artists, right, or violinists. Now I was just wondering, which yesteryear artists do you think we should be listening to, and what's the main difference between how they play the violin and how the modern day artists play violin?
The Gamakam orientation that happened, like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Esther years, when we say that, it's just not violinists, it's even including vocalists. See, our music is all vocal centric. It's not instrumental centric, it's vocal centric. So anything we have been doing it is all based around or card around vocal. Got it? So as a violinist, because on stage, if I'm accompanying, I'm second melody, right? So I'm the second voice. So we have this, you can listen to not just violinists, also many vocalists and take tips from the music. So when we say that, I don't want to take names like the very old names, but there's a the big jump happened when Lalgudi sir, MSG sir, and TN Krishnan sir came into the scene. So why we always speak about these three names? Because each one of them had their own idea of playing the instrument, handling the instrument. You know, so one Lagudi sir gave full importance to Gaiki. That the gamakam, the gamaka shuddham. That's the way it sounds when you sing. MHG sir, very very technical, and also he tried to incorporate Western and Hindustani. At the other side, like TN Krishnan sir, were following was like shadow. The way he accompanied, the way he gave the comfort to the main performers. So that really, so if you say the Esther, when we the con, the term Esterias is all about these three musicians mostly, but you should also listen to all many. You should listen to many old singers, vocalists, and if you see today the after these three, you don't see much change or something new which has come out in our playing. What we are doing is they just took it to a different level altogether, and they have done, I mean, so many things which we are still trying to do. So they were pretty far away ahead of us, in fact. All right. So that's why they we consider them like the trinity of the violinists. So listening to them is not just not that listening to them while they've played solos, listening to them while they accompany it. These are the things we need to observe. So இப்போ Kanya Mamyu at this age, she is able to just play anything. you know what what inspires her till day, what made her what she is today, and what kind of concert she has listened to over the years, and the experience she has gone through with accompanying many different musicians. All these things help us to become better musician. Got it? So when I say they say the exteriors, these are the names usually. But I say that I personally feel you can listen to any musician, like from Hindustani or from Western or from Carnatic. But the concept, the idea should be like observing those very subtle details, and the reasoning why it's when they play these sangatis, why it's so special. What makes that so special, that is the thing. So listen to all these exteriors, or when I say exteriors again, Chaman Gudi Mamalindu, DK Jaramanatu, or same thing, like with GNB and all these musicians, KV Naran from S Kalyan Raman, all these musicians. So you have a various violin took a big shift from these three musicians.
I just want to ask one more thing. So when I hear yesteryear artists, right, or like those
Yeah.
three main artists, I tend to think that they have when they play their phrases, right, especially in ragams like Bhairavi, they have very direct, like blunt phrases. Blunt meaning like very direct. They get to the point very fast.
Yes.
We should
That
also.
is, yeah, exactly. That's where you see the new musicians, like today's musician, trying to see those who kind of understood this, they are trying to go much deeper.
Hmm.
So they are trying to see a space where they can just try to establish on all those things. That's why you see a difference when you listen to the present day, many of them at least. So that's the thing. For those musicians, start to see where do you get your sangatis from? Where do you get it? From Kirtanam. That's all. See, that is your dictionary. For any ragam, if you want to know sangatis, or if you want to understand the uh, uh, how to present or what kind of sangatis you can play. So those are all already, the framework is done, and it is the entire kirtanam is like, this is the way this ragam travels. This is the way. So that's why we say, right? You learn multiple kirtanams in one ragam. That will help you to play better ragam. So just to keep it simple, ninnu kori, what is it? Ninnu kori. So you can do just all these kirtanams. This is how you take inspiration. So, and ideas, this is where you just, if you're struggling to play a ragam, just go try to understand those, the sangatis in the kirtanam, and try to incorporate that. And if you are able to join those, that's where you are able to kind of start playing the ragam by yourself. You know, so by learning multiple kirtanams in the same raga, you can try and connect two different sangatis from two different kirtanam. And you said direct. I understand what you mean. So that is something called signature sangatis. So those sangatis are to be sung to make it sound obvious. Oh, this is Bhairavi. So those are the sangatis which make them. And again, it's all from one or some or the other kirtanam. All right. So that's how. That's why we need to understand and try to understand the nuances from the kirtanam. That's when you'll be able to play it. Got it? Yeah.
Thank you, sir. We're moving on to Sarang. Yeah, Sarang.
Yes.
Assalamualaikum. My name is
Namaskar.
Sare. I
Yeah.
learned Patan from Vidwan HN Bhaskar.
Very
And
nice. Yeah.
my first question was, so I'm sure that you've gone on a lot of tours abroad as well as performed in Chennai. So do you
Yeah.
feel that there's a big difference between, performing on tour with the same artists for a period of time versus, Chennai December season where you play for maybe a different artist every single day?
Yeah, obviously, I would love to perform with different musicians every day, because that gives us fresh ideas and fresh kirtans. Many and see, there's nothing wrong. I would as well, like, I like to travel abroad, but when it comes to especially United States and Canada, that's where we get to spend more time, because we have to present our concerts only during weekends. We have to wait for for the rest of the 5 days. But at, in the beginning, I didn't feel like this. I always enjoyed, going on tour for two reasons. One is I'm just visiting a foreign country, and it's a different, beautiful experience. And also we get to spend more time with those musicians we are performing, which we never do while we are in Chennai. Because today I'm accompanying Abhishek Raghuram, tomorrow it's Balamuri, or day after it is Sikil Guru Charan. So it all, and three different cities, right? So we go to the concert just about half an hour before the concert. We meet them, we say hello, greet, blah. Kacheri is great. We really enjoyed it. Then right next 30 minutes we are back home, because we don't have time to even have a dialogue with them in or to speak about the concert experience in detail, because we are preparing for our next concert, travel or preparation, everything. So, but while traveling in the in something like United States or something, we are kind of a family, three people or four musicians traveling together. We get to know each other better, because we never have that opportunity ever. So while we are on tour, we have this beautiful opportunity where we get to see them off stage more than on stage. So that has both. You will understand, like, you will be surprised at certain things which you see off stage, and then you will be amazed to see certain things, because you never knew until then, right? So that is one thing. And also you get a full spectrum of that particular musician, because you are going to accompany or present concerts like 10 or 20. So you get to understand the pattern there of that particular musician. So at the end of the tour, you kind of know this person. You can read very well. You can accompany better. You can play. You'll understand how to make that artist kacheri, better, or what to take home. So you basically get to understand the musician while on tour. But for me, I love to accompany different musicians. So it's like that's my choice. So I have been doing that. So until a point, I was like I was with the particular or two or three musicians only. But after that, I realized, I don't want to be like that. I want to play for every other artist I know whom I like to, and that's how I've been going on for a long time. Of course, you might see me with some of them quite more often than the others, but again, it's again by choice. But I prefer accompanying many musicians. So for the reason you get to collect 10 different todis or bhairavis from 10 different musicians. You have that much information here. Now you have better idea of the raga, and you can use it for your good. So accompanying many musicians, different musicians, is always good.
My next question was, when you're accompanying an artist and they're singing Neraval and Swarams, and then when you have to play, how do you strike the balance between, following the vocalist what they sang and enhancing the concert with your own ideas?
Following Neraval is pretty much like, if you know the Kirtanam, it is not. See, because Neraval is something which we have limited uh, space, because it's there is you need to keep in mind the Sahityam all the time. Okay, right? So when they are singing, we are not supposed to budge in between or disturb the flow of the vocalist or the main performer, right? At the same time, the kind of mood the Nerval is being presented, we need to keep that in mind and try to mimic that, or try to be in the same zone and present it. And the length should be very important. You can't just, if they are singing for like 5 hours, you if you can't keep it like 4 bit under 5 is always better. That brings kind of a balance. Not that you are not supposed to, you can go for 8 minutes. There is no such national rule that you are not supposed to play. But you can, but if you can keep it to 5 or less, it will sound good. If you ask me, if somebody sings for five one for first rule, Neraval, if they are singing in what space they are singing, is it keel kalam or just madhyama kalam or male kalam, it depends on that. And how the length of the particular Neraval, and mainly the sahityam of the Neraval, you need to observe. If you don't know the Kirtanam, you need to make sure that while they are singing Neraval, you need to carefully understand the sahityam and the line properly, because you can't just put bowing randomly, because they will know that you don't know sahityam immediately. All right. So many people think that violin is, they don't need sahityam to play Kirtanam or Neraval. No, that is not the point. We need to know, because it is vocal centric, and we are not playing some instrumental piece there. It is some Kirtanam and Neraval plays. So Sahityam should be in our mind all through, and the length of the overall presentation should be, very appropriate. Got it? So yeah, hope that answers your question.
Thanks so much for your time, sir.
No problem.
Thank you, sir. So next we'll be moving on to Srivatsan.
Yeah.
Namaskaram, sir.
Namaskaram, Shivam.
In Srinivasan Srinivasan, I first learned from my dad, Srinivasan Govindarajan. I play
Oh,
Mridangam, and now I'm learning from Neville Narayanan, sir, for the past like 14 years.
fantastic.
So,
Beautiful.
yeah. Um, so my first question is based on Tala mostly. So when you're doing solo performances and you don't have an audience that can particularly put Talam for you, how do you
Yeah.
like keep Talam for yourself, keep that pace for yourself, and like Mridangist as well, and the Upapakalate?
Yes. So for this, I can give you three examples. One is, yeah, to while practicing as a violinist. So because our both hands are busy already playing the instrument, so you need to start learning, concentrate, and keep the talam going on in your mind. When I say this, it might sound weird, but how do you think M. Chandrasekharan sir? You all know M. Chandrasekharan sir, right? So he's
Yeah.
blind. but he is able to play 100 avartanams of swaram followed by 20 avartanam big korve perfectly. How do you think he takes? So, one, you need to learn to have your talam here in your mind. Okay. Second, there are mridangam artists who can help you do that. So while you are playing, if in that case as a mridangam artist, it becomes your duty to an extent to kind of play in a way where you can point out where we are. Okay, many mridangam artists and second percussion, whomsoever, Ghatam or Kanjira, they all do that. So not everyone understands that or they don't see that. It's not obvious, but with the strokes, with the kind of solukattu they play, we know where we are. So for Rupakatalam, for Aditalam or Mr. Chapu or Vidamakalam, anything. So actually the Mridangam artist can show that and that will be a great help. So to do that, you need to sit and work with the vocalist
Mm.
so that you know you can have an exchange and see how you can the way you can ask this question to your teacher and Navalin answer will definitely tell you how to do that. Got it? So many because you see Shashank will be playing with Patriji or I'm just an example. So how do you think they both are just playing for hours? So there is a way he shows where he is. Got it?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
also within we know while playing kirtan we don't need to worry about it. While playing swaram, we need to that's where we start. We need to have our talam in mind, and with the support of mridangam and second percussion, we can just do that. So we need to learn to as a mridangam artist, if you can show start come with an idea how you can convey that to the performing main artist,
Mm.
then that is the best thing to happen.
Yeah,
So you
like
need to,
in
yeah.
previous concerts, like I've tried to like put the thumb with my feet while playing the rhythm, but
Yes,
it's like
yes.
it's insanely hard for me to keep the correct rhythm because I
It,
sometimes go like a millisecond off, and then
yeah,
I mess up the solo that I was trying to play.
I know,
So
I know. That's
yeah,
what again that takes time. So playing, of course, again doing this with metronome also helps, and
mm,
you need to. That's multitasking. That is
yeah,
multitasking, and we are already doing quite a lot. And adding talam is like the most important thing. And as a percussionist, you have the full responsibility there. So there is no compromise at all. So you have to go through it. It sounds hard, but that's the way. And I think this is something which you should ask Mridangam artist better. That's they'll be able to answer you better. I'm not the best person to speak for them because I am very comfortable when all these Mridangam artists when I have a doubt they are able to convey me where I am. Got it? So and also I understand. So we need to listen to that and observe that in a concert. That's the beauty. So as I said, this is something you need to ask some Mridangam artists. They will be able to tell you better. Yeah.
and my next question is, have you noticed any trends over the years, like from, for example, like 1995 to now? Like what ragam they used to play most? Like, for example, like in 2020, I think 2023, when I was playing for concerts and season, they would almost three or four concerts would be Cement Madhyamam for the main. So I had to think of so many like six tali korves for the tani because of how many of the songs were six tali because of the I forgot what song it was specifically, but that same song came over and over again. And have you like that kind of trends have you noticed where people have sang or done that talam kind of
Many times
ragam?
happens. One incident I'll tell you. One of the tours. Just imagine as a Mridangam artist. So we were on a 30 concerts throughout in the US, out of which the main artist sang 22 main item as Mr. Chapu. 22 concerts. So just imagine the mridangam artist. So it's definitely this is the kind of task we get to we need to. So you never know. It happens. It happens quite a lot. And the other reason is you might be listening to some kacheri on at some at some point, and you might just get inspired with that, and you just go and present it something similar, or some other kirtanam in that some same raga.
Mm.
So what happens? It's a chain reaction. Every season it happens. Any few particular ragams, gets repeated, and kirtanams get repeated, and yeah, it all happens because you go to this kacheri to listen to, and
Yeah,
you get inspired, and then in your concert, next concert, you want to sing that,
yeah,
right? That it's a chain reaction. It happens. It's just inspiration by inspiration. It's accidental, and as Mridangam artist, yeah, that's one. You need to learn more code ways and prepare better because, yeah, this is happening. I have seen this happening. Like, as I said, 22 Taniya Arthanams, just Mr. Chapuna, the Mridangam artist is put into real task. So
yeah,
they need to come up with new core ways, and every round they play it can't be. So you need to find ways so to know more, and you put yourself in such a situation. Okay, I need to prepare myself like 10 different presentation for just Mr. Chapu alone, Kanda Chapu alone, or for sixth or thirty what to do. So
okay,
10 different present. You prepare yourself. So these are the things you should. So you should ask your teachers the right questions to get the right answer. So you need to be careful, to
yeah,
think about it, and thoughtfully ask your teachers to teach what you really need to.
yeah,
Prepare to keep yourself prepared. Got it?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, there's a lot of other Tala members as well. Unfortunately, they're not able to make it today, but so this is the group that we have today in person. So, we do also have a couple of questions that they wanted us to ask on their behalf.
Mm-hmm.
So Sri Krishna Prasannan is he has submitted his questions. Just a little bit about him. He's not here.
Yeah.
Just a little bit about him. He plays Ghatam.
Okay.
He used to learn from late Sri T.H. Subhash Chandran Mama.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and now he's learning from his son-in-law, Kanjira Vidwan Ganesh Kumar of Chennai.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just about Sri Krishna. I think Bhargav's going to say the questions on his behalf. Yeah.
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 So this his questions also like resonate with me. I just reading them now, I actually have the same exact questions, and it actually is similar to the first question Srivatsan asked. He says, as a Ghatam player, I'm always trying to refine my role as an Upapakavadim artist. From your perspective as a violinist, what are some essential techniques or musical sensibilities that we as supporting percussionists should focus on, especially when it comes to responding to your manodharmam, maintaining balance, and enhancing the overall experience?
Yeah. So again, that Upapakavadyam term itself is not acceptable. Let me tell you why.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's second percussion. So I always, just for the fun, I tell my colleagues there are always two main artists on stage and two Pakavadyams. One is the singer, the main performer, and one is the Mridagam artist. Right? When I say
Yeah.
Mridagam, because they both know what they are going to present. Of course, while accompanying this main performer, the Mridangam artist follows. But when it comes to Taniya Artanam, they kind of have a plan. At least, I mean, whatever it might be, very impromptu or right there, instant thing. But they know a pattern. What is so? For the main performer, I need to answer. For the percussion, the second percussion has to answer. So I always say that there are two main artists on stage and two pakavadims. But that's just a joke thing. But Upapakavadyam Angara term we to do, just as a Katam artist, of course, uh, the role is pretty much like what I do. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
So Mridangam, being the lead percussion, takes the main role. But the second percussion is always, as in this case, Ghatam. In fact, Subhash Chandran Mama and Vinayak Raman Mama brought Ghatam into mainstream,
Mhm.
right? So, but anyway, in this context, like you need to, like the kind of length, if say for example, the main artist is singing a ragam for some time and in particular mood, I for say for example 10 to 12 minutes, and I kind of restrict to myself, like restrict to 8 minutes or 9 minutes,
Mm.
and I try to be in that mood, and I try to kind of collect all and present most, the gist of that ragam in that 9 minutes, right? So similarly, a Ghatam artist in the talam, the kind of, while usually these are the percussion questions which they will be able to answer very well as a
Mm.
violinist from this. So for me, of course, my part, like myself, I when I'm playing and when I'm playing swaram, okay, that's when mostly the Ghatam will be accompanying me,
Mhm. Yeah.
right? So then I expect them to respond to my thoughts,
Right.
right? So certain times it is so that the main artist asks me who to have as second percussion because I need to be comfortable with,
Ah, got it.
right? So when it comes to in a concert, yeah, I'm accompanied by the second percussion.
Mm.
So if we are in in the same line, that is pretty much I think is good to go. And of course, with mridangam artists, they have a different take, and they have, while tanya artanam they have, so it's all, I don't want to answer those points, but as a violinist, ghatam is should be in sync with violinist, and that helps. I
Okay.
think that should be good enough. I don't want to get more into that.
Completely makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that I understand.
yeah,
Another question that he had was, it's actually goes in line with the, kind of abolishing the Upapakavadim term. It's
yeah.
sometimes the Guttam player is expected to shadow the mridangam or even complement the mridangam, but sometimes we get space to shine and play our phrases or even interact more freely. When do you feel the Upapakavadim should shine, and when should it be understated?
See, Upapakavadyam, as I said, the Ghatam, it's a very beautiful instrument. If it is in tune,
Yeah.
that's what the elders say, and I have experienced that. So if it is C sharp or G sharp, the moment they play, the first that if it is in tune, they say 50% of the kachari is successful already.
Yeah.
The reason is the tone of the ghatam is so beautiful, it can just make it a big event or it can just mess up
Mm.
if it is off tune, because you can't tune it,
Right.
right? So that instrument naturally has some beautiful it's like you need not play so much,
Mm.
but you can definitely add so much, so much. You can see many other Gatam artists doing so many things, bringing out so many things to make the overall experience better, right?
Mm.
So uh, as I say, Tani Artanu is one place where nobody is going to stop you.
Mm.
So you have your time to play and show your talent. So that's why you see nowadays the Tani Artanums are much longer
Mm.
and it's more competitive, and people take their time because that is the only time where you get to showcase your stuff, your whatever answer you want to give to in response to the mridangam. That is the place where you have to showcase your talent. And even while accompanying kirtanams or swarams, you have there are moments where you can actually show the beauty of the instrument,
Mm.
right? So, but Taniyatam is the main space where you can shine,
Mm.
really shine well. Yeah,
I agree. Thank you so much, sir.
no problem.
So those are the questions we have for you. And then I know a couple of other Tala members have just asked me to say thank you to you again for all this because they're still going to watch these videos and then they're still going to take a lot of points away from it.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much for your time today, sir.
Yeah, I
Thank
wanted to.
you, thank you. Entire the team. I am really happy to see you all, speak to you all, and I really like to meet you all sometime while you are in Chennai or while I'm in on tour. This is something which connects both all of us, and also it's good to know the awareness in the US. Especially now I see more serious musicians in the US than India, so which is good. So I mean really serious. I'm very with it. So I'm very happy to see you all and to be part of Thala.
Yeah.
Yeah, and good luck to you all of you, and hope to see you all performing sometime soon.
Yeah.
Thank you
Once
so
again,
much, sir.
I wanted to
Thank
Yeah,
you,
personally
sir.
thank you, sir. Yeah. Thank
yeah.
you.
Best of luck, ma. All the best. Take
Thank you.
care.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.